what it felt like on the first day of Gulli. It began on March 27th, 2015, which was locally 10 years ago. Gulli in tapes and many more was found during opening day. There were such members as Nimblite the First Dead, Bats the Second Dead, PSP Man the First Corruption, and many other early members, excluding Atomu, Sharkasdale, Snoopza, Charlite, Izzy, and Navrasarak. They weren't here. Bloodflubber was one of the first members to be explained by the Nazra god. But then, in Cape Town, they opened Gulli locally on the exact same day, alongside with the Grey House and more. The Grey House was located inside of Gulli, a small container with the leader inside to watch over. The rooms was in construction from January 13th, 2014, all the way to March 27th, 2015. While it was under construction, there was some painting. Bardal Entertainment did the paintings, and all of the factuals were here. Then, they did the structures on Gulli, including the Grey House Stranded Line. The Grey House Stranded Line was opened to the public of Gulli on March 20th, 2016. But then, there was a character called Womble. Womble had a very, very, very different life. He retired on March 18th, 2017, for some very unacknowledged reason, but he was known to be one of the first members in Gulli. Then, when Gulli was first opened and the tapes were cut, and the Gulli was first likely opened, they went into a hall-like stove, and many, including all members, were saying, "Let us in," because there was a red portrait with an exit sign. And no, this is not the exit door. This is the entrance door to Gulli. And yes, this was taken during launch day of Gulli. Speaking about that, a year later, in the Grey House, they announced that a new team and two were coming. Those being Gulli Girls and Devils in Disguise. But Twisted Dial is not there. The first leader was Cookshot in the Devils in Disguise team, and Emily's parents were also modifying as leader. But then another team came in a day later, such as the Death Team, with Lord Dominator and Lord Hater. Twisted Dandy wasn't there because his game wasn't released yet, and nobody would ever recognise it. But then, during Sunday at the Grey House in Gulli in 2020, Adel/ID was standing well in the Grey House until Yakupid begged to be leader. He said, "Sorry, only males can be leader." But then Yakupid said, "Please." And then Adel/AD said, "Oh, okay. You want to be leader? Then I'll give you the training tops." And then it did well true. On March 20th, 2017, during Womble's retirement, there was a new member. And yes, that new member was Gustavino. He joined during the early days of Gulli. But then the NNNL7.com took Guliavka into a new dimensional room that was built for a long time, since 2012. It was completed in 2015 on the 18th of January. Yes, and this happened before Guliavka opened into the public. And Guliavka was tested on March 20th, 2015 for a run test. And many first ever members would stand out. It became from about 18 members all up to the hundreds and thousands onwards. Guliavka was nicknamed the Global Giant of the team in 2018 due to having 85 members at that point. But then, on September 20th, 2025, Guliavka was indeed introduced in the footage camera made by Reptilo the Dinosaur. Based on that moment, the very first researchers have now guided Guliavka. Now it was well known to be the Gulli Giant, with a total of 160 members. And then Guliavka just got bigger. And as of 2026, there's about 250 to 1,000 members. Also, Guliavka may find itself in its past episode 2, recorded by Bax. Well, because he was also watching you. And yes, the Grey House will be collapsed this year because it was used for 11 or 10 years. It will be collapsed on March 27th, 2026, which is this year. The Grey House is a very small shed-like shape and will be replaced by a bigger grey house about the size that Crocodile can fit in, instead of a regular shed that Crocodile cannot fit in. Also, alongside with that, Jacopi has also saw his or her husband returning from the death zone all the way back to Guliavka. So there could be a high chance of her returning to Guliavka after a few months. And then, behold, during 2020, Nimblite got corrupted. I mean dead, if you ask me. And then, the keenest out of them all, which is Nimblite, got replaced by Atomu, who got corrupted in 2024 of February. And then, last but not least, during opening day, there were some rooms that were finished a bit later, including the Slingen room, which was constructed in 2011 and was based in construction in 2010. This team was formerly called a Gulli team, but now it's Guliavka due to the new raising stuff that caused many members to come. Anyways, one of the rooms is called the Fur Room, which was in 2010 constructed and was finished on March 18th, 2016, which made many people cozy, which had about 57 members by that time. And this concludes this video. Crocodile thanks you and the viewers for watching this. Goodbye.